Hi, welcome to Crew News. We will get your company developing news. I'm BTS Sivakumar. These are the headlines. Crew has won a quality certificate IRIS as equal to ICF. Fall hazard control measures were designed at Port of Fujairah site. Effective modification done in Vibro feeder at the JITPL site. The reliability machines was upgraded by electrical team at the Jharsuguda IPP site. Let's see the news details.
Crew has won a quality certificate International Railway Industry Standard IRIS as equal to ICF. Implementation at Crew Railway Division. To meet our railway customers' requirement and to become a global player in the railway industry, Crew's Railway Division under the leadership of our MD, Mr. V.R. Senthilkumar, have achieved a prestigious certification called IRIS. Reputed and experienced auditors from DQS India Private Limited audited our Crew's Railway Division in two stages, first stage on 31st December 2020 and second stage from 1st to 5th February 2021 and evaluated us against the requirements of the ISO TS 22163 2017 standard and IRIS Conformity Assessment Rules 2020 and awarded an aggregate score of 67%. Among the vendors to ICF, Crew is the third supplier to achieve this distinction. We take this opportunity to thank and applaud the members of Railway Division for this momentous achievement. Auditors from DQS: Mr. Yasin Malik, Lead Auditor; Mr. Girish Silswal, Co-Auditor; Mr. Subramani Parameshwaran, Co-Auditor. These three auditors audited 10 processes at 3 locations at our head office, factory and site. Top management, tendering, design and project management at head office, production, quality, stores, maintenance, RQMS at our factory, installation and servicing at our site. Each process was defended by process owners including our MD. HO processes were coordinated by Mr. S. Ashwin. Factory processes were coordinated by Mr. S. Srinivasan. Site processes were coordinated by Mr. K. Sivakumar. All IRIS processes were implemented by Mr. C. Chandraya Perumal under the guidance of Mr. M. Vijay Kumar, Vice President of Technical Team. The auditors appreciated the enthusiasm and participation of all Crew personnel to implement the IRIS standards requirements and encouraged us to improve our score and work towards becoming the first silver performance rated railway manufacturer in India. Our Managing Director, Mr. V.R. Senthilkumar, conveyed his heartfelt thanks and appreciations to all higher officials, Varagadam manager and employees who were all more supportive to get the above prestigious certificate. Fall hazard control measure was designed to strengthen the safety of employees at Port of Fujairah site. In view of protecting employees from the hazards while working at heights, engineering hazard controls were installed at Port of Fujairah site. Referring to the hierarchy of control and reduce the risk to an acceptable level, some fixed platforms, ladders and passive fall protection were designed at work location. Working platform at gravity take-up. Permanent working platform were installed at gravity take-up for performing any scheduled or non-scheduled maintenance activities where earlier workmen used to work by preparing temporary platform and equipped with FBH. Such initiatives give benefit to perform works in a safe way of body position and reduce the risk of falling. Installation of water loading setup. Earlier, workmen used to reach over water tank for manual water loading into the tanks through ladder and positioned over elevated surface of water tank, due to which risk of falling down was existed while performing such activities. To modify such unsafe condition and to avoid the risk, manual water loading unit was installed to perform the task from ground floor itself. Ladder modification. Mesh barrier was designed as structural modification against high potential hazard at site to protect workmen from fire lines of running conveyor while ascending or descending through ladder. Such effective modifications represent such degree of protection against fall. Passive fall protection handrails. 4 handrails were installed across locations against elevated foundations of transfer tower to avoid the earlier risk of fall. All handrails were appropriately designed to provide the high level of protection against fall. New modifications were introduced for anemometers in Stacker Reclaimer 1 and 2 by our C&I team at RWPL site. It is not superfluous to mention that our organization is in lead on finding new strategies and also implementing them successfully. Accordingly, our C&I team at RWPL site had modified the position of the anemometer in stacker cum reclaimer as follows. The said anemometer in stacker cum reclaimer was fixed in the top of the operator's cabin and hence it did not function properly, and the same was identified by our C&I team. Actually, the height of the anemometer was lower, and due to which, based on the power of wind, if any repair occurred while rotating, it was hard to find out by the operators. During such critical situation, the operators hired the boom lift machine from our client and cleared the repairs in anemometer. Considering all the hindrances, our C&I team had fixed the anemometer higher than the earlier position, and hence the anemometer could easily measure the speed of the wind from any direction and show to the operators. In the same way, the repairs occurred often, and the hiring of boom lift machine to repair the anemometer is also avoided totally. Further, the manager of MSRWPL, Mr. Manoj Kumar Patwari, came to know about the magnificence and benefits of the above modification and had sent an appreciation mail to encourage our C&I team. And also, our site manager, Mr. Prem Kumar, highly appreciated our C&I team. Effective modification of our team has totally eradicated the continuous breakdown in vibro feeder at JITPL site. In our JITPL site, coal is being unloaded through truck unloading hopper and conveying the same based on the requirement and saving in stockyard. Coal is sent from the total 10 hoppers and vibro feeder through belt conveyor to coal yard. While sending so, if the coal is not able to discharge continuously in truck hopper as the coal got emptied, feeder should be stopped, and if it is not stopped, so the base of motor would get cracked, which may also lead to high stoppage. Ultimately, the breakdown hours were also raised. In order to rectify the same, all departments discussed jointly and planned to stop the motor through interlock and explained the process to our client in detail, and then got the approval from client to do the necessary rectification works. After obtaining the approval from our client, our mechanical team fixed belt piece in discharge flap type of feeder. Then our C&I team fixed a limit switch accordingly the movement of the belt piece. Due to this modification, while the coal get emptied on feeder, within 10 minutes the motor of feeder is stopped by the automation interlock. This interlock was fixed on vibro feeder 6 and tested successfully, and conveyed this innovative rectification during the OR meeting of our client in front of plant head Mr. A. Arcot, head of operation Mr. S. Samantha, GM of operation Mr. Pinaki Guha, and our team's excellent performance was appreciated by them all. And also they granted their approval to fix this interlock on all other remaining vibro feeders. Further, our Deputy Resident Manager Mr. P. Muthuswamy conveyed his appreciation to all departments' employees who all worked together in this initiative. The reliability of machines was upgraded by our electrical team at JSG IPP site. In the yards A and B of stacker cum reclaimer, the distance between tripper trolley and conveyor guarding was very short, due to which while operating stacker cum reclaimer, a friction had occurred with festoon cable conveyor guard and also got repaired often. More wastage of time and manpower required for fixing the same, and also the reliability was questionable. Our electrical team found these issues and conveyed to our client in a proper way. After obtaining the approval from our client, our team had replaced the entire structure of festoon cable with excellent modification. Further, our team had replaced the power and control cable between the yards A and B. Due to this modification, the friction in festoon cable was totally avoided, and also the unnecessary repairs were reduced. Replacement of new drag chain and power cable in stacker cum reclaimer A. Due to daily usage, more chances were there for the drag chain of stacker cum reclaimer A got damaged with wear and tear. And also the length of power cable had been reduced due to repairs on the same. Hence, we were not able to use the power cable for 10 meters in both sides of coal yard. As we were not able to use the full power cable, we used the dozer, and through which more consumption of diesel had continued. Our electrical team had found this issue and got client's approval after explaining the issue and collected the necessary spare parts. Then, our team had replaced the drag chain along with its power cable. Due to this effective modification, we are able to use the whole coal yard to stock the coal, and the usage of diesel was too reduced enormously. Slew and tipper car MCC control circuit modification in stacker cum reclaimer A. All lights in stacker cum reclaimer A glowed through control unit. While glowing, so if any repair occurred in lightning circuit, the control unit got tripped and due to which all lights would be turned off. Because of such unnecessary repairs, the reliability of stacker cum reclaimer was questionable and also the safety of employees was questionable in darkness without light. Our electrical team had modified to glow all lights in stacker cum reclaimer A through lightning transformer to avoid the above issues. Overhauling of long travel 16 motors and brakes of stacker cum reclaimer A. Overhauling for all long travel 16 motors and all damaged brakes were done, due to which unnecessary repairs were avoided and the reliability of stacker cum reclaimer got ensured. These modifications make easier to approach the yard. Further, as more maintenance time was required, our team utilized the timing of replacing the slew bearing promptly and completed all other maintenance works. Our client, Mr. Pankaj Sharma, CHP Electrical in charge of IPP, honored our team with certificate of appreciation.
These are the end from me and my team. Subscribe YouTube channel Kuru Media. Thanks for watching.